Look at the video of Earth from space. As you can tell, most of the Earth is covered by water. Almost all of Earth's water is in the oceans, 97% to be exact. Even though this vast amount of water is extremely useful for the survival of ocean-dwelling creatures and ocean ecosystems, it's not very useful for people though. So question, if our bodies depend upon water for us to survive, and most of it is in the ocean where it's not very useful for us, where are we getting our supply of water to help keep us alive? Stay tuned to discover the answers in today's video.
Hey everyone, I'm Jordan Spivey, joined with my dad,
Travis Spivey, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our awesome science videos. Also, scan the QR code in the top left corner of the screen to contact us and explore more about awesome content and material.
In today's video, we will cover facts about Earth's supply of water, so let's do this.
Our learning target for today is, I will be able to describe and explain where water is located on Earth's surface and communicate the relative proportion of water at each location.
Approximately 97% of Earth's water is saltwater in the oceans. As seen in the diagram below, only 3% of Earth's water is fresh, meaning that it contains little or no dissolved salt in it. Most of Earth's fresh water, or approximately 70% of the fresh water, is frozen in ice caps and glaciers. Glaciers cover the peaks of some tall mountains. For example, the Cascades Mountains in North America and the Alps Mountains in Europe are capped with ice. Ice caps cover vast areas of Antarctica and Greenland. Chunks of ice frequently break off ice caps. They form icebergs that float in oceans. Quick check for understanding. Why is frozen water in ice caps and glaciers not beneficial in helping us survive today? Pause the video and take 1 minute to write, think, pair, and share your responses. You got this.
As we discussed earlier, Earth's largest amount of fresh water is stored in ice caps and glaciers at approximately 70%. The second largest amount of fresh water is in groundwater. Groundwater makes up roughly 29% of Earth's fresh water. Groundwater is stored in aquifers. An aquifer is a body of rock and or sediment that holds groundwater. Groundwater is the word used to describe precipitation that has infiltrated the soil beyond the surface and collected in empty spaces underground. Aquifers literally carry water underground. Most of the water is unreachable by people and therefore largely unusable to us as a reliable source of drinking water. Now let's discuss the very tiny amount of fresh water that we can use.
Less than 1% of Earth's fresh water is available in liquid form for us to use. If we dive deeper into that 1%, you'll notice that 1% of the fresh water is in living things, 1% is in rivers, 8% is in water vapor in the atmosphere, 38% is in soil moisture, and 52% is in lakes. The management of this very small percentage of available fresh water is vitally or life or death important for countries all over the world. A safe, clean supply of water is what largely determines if a country is developed or developing. A developed country has systems in place to clean and purify water to make it safe for its people to drink and use. A developing country does not have these systems in place to clean and purify their supply of water, which leads to many health issues and other major problems for its citizens. Clean, accessible water is critical to human health, a healthy environment, reducing poverty, having a sustainable economy, and peace and security throughout the country. Currently, over 40% of the global population does not have enough clean water. Clean water is key for any nation or country of people to grow and be successful. Quick check for understanding. What determines if a country is a developed or developing country? Explain why this is important. Pause the video and take 2 minutes to write your responses. We can't wait to hear all of your brilliant responses.
In summary, Earth has a large amount of water, but most of it's unusable to people. 97% of Earth's water is salt water in the oceans. Only 3% of Earth's water is fresh water. Of this 3%, much of it is trapped in ice and glaciers, which would take many years to melt before it's usable to us. Only a tiny fraction of Earth's fresh water is liquid at the surface. Most liquid fresh water is under the ground in layers of rocks stored in aquifers. Of fresh water on the surface, The majority occurs in lakes and soil, which only leaves us less than 1% of usable fresh water. As we discussed earlier, out of that 1%, you'll notice that 1% of fresh water is in living things, 1% is in rivers, 8% is in water vapor in the atmosphere, 38% is in soil moisture, and 52% is in lakes. Water can remain in a particular location for a very long time. This is known as a reservoir. Reservoirs for water include oceans, glaciers, ponds, or even the atmosphere. People all over the world need a clean supply of water to help them survive. Countries that have a clean supply of water are considered to be developed countries because they have a system that purifies and cleanses the water for people to safely use. Countries that do not have a clean supply of water are considered to be developing countries because they do not have a consistent, effective system in place to clean their supply of water, which leads to poor health and many other issues in the country. Clean water is important for every single person on our great home we call Earth.
And that's our video for today. Now let's test your knowledge to see how proficient you are with describing and explaining where water is located on Earth's surface and communicate the relative proportion of water at each location by taking our video quiz.
Use your electronic device to scan the QR code at the top right of the screen, or you can click the link in the description box below the video to take the quiz.
Remember, 80% or higher for proficiency, record your results on your proficiency sheet, and if you don't get it the first time,
you better keep going because it's not over until you win. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon, and also scan this QR code to contact us and explore more about awesome content and material. Peace and have a positive, productive day.